When you are a beginner, you'll have heard people talking about backing fabric, and you've been nodding quietly along thinking, hang on a minute, what's that? Well, you're in the right place, because in the next few minutes I'm going to explain exactly what it is and what you can use for it so that you can start making your quilted projects with complete confidence. But first of all, who am I? I am Kim. This is Quilt with Kim. You, my lovely, are very welcome here. Let's get on and find out all about backing fabric then. Let's kick off by answering the question, well, what is backing fabric? Well, the backing fabric is the fabric that goes on the back of your quilt. It has a job to do. I'll go on to that in a moment. But a quilt is generally made with 3 layers. So you will have your patchwork top ably demonstrated by this light blue fabric here. So that goes on the top. That's the patchwork bit that you spend hours cutting up perfectly good fabric, sewing it together to make the pretty patterned tops. That is your quilt top. Then in the middle of your sandwich, as this is called, a quilt sandwich, in the middle bit is your wadding or your batting. That is exactly the same thing. So wadding and batting go in the middle, and then on the back we have our backing fabric, ably demonstrated by the dark blue fabric. If I show you on a finished quilt, which is a table mat, and yes, a table mat can be called a quilt because it has 3 layers. So on the top here, we have our patchwork. This block is called a disappearing 9 patch, by the way. If you want to make this block, I've got a tutorial on my channel. I will put a link down below in the description for you. You can go and check that out and have a play with that. It's a great design and it's beginner friendly. So you've got your patchwork top here. That is your quilt top. In the middle of this, there is your wadding or batting. Now this is finished, so you can't now see it, but that is in the middle. And then on the back is your backing fabric. It's also referred to as backing, or the back of your quilt, or the bottom of your quilt sitting underneath, or even the quilt back. Whatever it is called, it is always the fabric that goes on the back of your quilt. And just because it is generally face down and facing away from us when we have our quilt, whether it's a small table mat like this one, or you've got a whole bed quilt, it actually has a job to do. So let's have a quick chat about that. So the backing fabric might just be on the back of your quilt, and generally you may not see it, but it actually does have an important job to do. It helps with the durability because your patchwork top on its own isn't really strong enough to cope with the rigours of everyday life, whether you're using it as a table mat and putting plates on it every day, or whether it's on a bed as a bed quilt. So you do actually need the structure of the 3 layers that we have in our quilt sandwich, and your backing fabric is an important part in helping with the durability of your project, and then obviously makes it last longer as well. But it also helps with whatever the quilt is being designed for. So with a small project like a table mat here, or a coaster or something like that, then you need your backing fabric to be fairly durable to help with whatever it is that you are putting on there. But you also probably need it quite structured. But if you are making a bed quilt, for example, then your backing fabric will add to the drape of the quilt and make it all snuggly. So a bed quilt or a lap quilt or something like that, you might want to swap out your cotton fabric that goes on the back for something like this, which is a Plush. This is a quilt that's mid-make at the moment, and it's really soft and snuggly. So this is a backing fabric, but it adds to the general feeling of the quilt that this is being made for. This is not made for something like a table mat. This is being made for a lap quilt. In fact, it's quite big, so it may end up going on a bed. It's actually quite snuggly. So you've got to think about the usage of what you are making, because although we tend to use the word quilt for the thing that goes on the bed, actually the term quilt covers anything with the 3 layers that we make it up with. So officially, your coasters, your table mats, your table runners, they're all officially quilts, even though we tend to think about it as the bed quilts, or even the lap quilts or cot quilts or things along those lines. So if you're making a wall hanging, for instance, so you might want a particular back to help your wall hanging have some structure as it's on the wall. If you were making a playmat for a child, or you were making a picnic quilt, for example, then the use of your backing would actually help with the longevity of that, because obviously a playmat or a picnic blanket, that would need something quite tough on the back to cope with the rough and tumble that those things go through. So your backing fabric really does have an important part to play in whatever the usage of your quilt is, and I don't think people talk about that enough. So when you are making your project, whether it is a coaster or you've moved on to quilts, think about what you put on the back. Which brings me very nicely to, well, what can you put on the back and what is suitable for a beginner? So let's cover that next. When we start quilting, then we will buy the fabric that we buy for our patchwork, and it is perfectly safe and very normal to buy the same type of fabric in the same width to go on the back of your quilt. That's so that you have quilting cotton on the both front and the back, and it all behaves the same. Quilting weight cotton is a medium weight cotton, and it's really easy for beginners to handle. So definitely something I'd recommend that you get started with, and in reality you may carry on just using exactly the same backing for your quilts. There are other fabrics that you can use though, but it really depends on what you are using your quilt for. So if you're making something that needs a bit of structure, like this table mat here, or a wall hanging, you might want a fabric that's a bit more structured. So a quilting weight cotton will give you that structure. Maybe a light denim, or maybe a calico, or muslin if you're in the States. Muslin in the UK, by the way, is a soft floaty fabric, and muslin in the States I think is thicker, like our calico, which is quite a thick cotton fabric. Be careful with calico though, or muslin, because it does shrink quite dramatically, I have found. Thinking about your project, so as I said, for anything that needs a structure, go for a more structured fabric like your quilting weight cotton. So if you're making a playmat or a picnic rug, then you probably want something tougher underneath. So you might want the calico, or you might want your quilting weight fabric, or maybe you want to look at a light denim or a chambray denim, or even a drill or a twill fabric, which is a thicker cotton fabric. So those might be things to consider. As a beginner though, I would recommend that you stick with your quilting weight cotton because it will be easier to handle. Some people recommend using bed sheets as a backing fabric. To be honest with you, as a beginner, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it because I don't think it'll help you. Bed sheets have a tighter thread count. They need a really close weave to work well on our bed. But then that makes it tougher for you to both sew and quilt with, whether that's by machine or hand. So if you've already started a quilt and you've got a bed sheet on the back, don't panic, just carry on. Just know that it may be a bit tougher and you may need a stronger needle for it. So if it is fighting you, it's not you, it's the close thread count of the sheet itself, or the sheeting itself. Also, often the bed sheets are cotton poly or poly cotton, and then that is very slippy and slidey and won't necessarily help you as a beginner. It's not to say you can't ever use sheet, just be aware that it is a bit more difficult to handle than you might think it would be. Now with your quilting weight cotton, when we're starting out, we tend to buy the same width cotton as we buy for our patchwork pieces on the top. Now quilting weight cotton comes on bolts that are 42 to 44 or 45 inches wide, but that is generally fine for our backing fabric as well. However, for a bigger project, we will need to do some maths to work out how much of that fabric we need to go on the back. So you would probably have 2 or 3 lengths and we'd join it together to put it on the back. If you don't want to do that maths, then you can buy extra wide fabric or wide backing fabric, which is 108 inches wide. Now that will fit beautifully on the back of a quilt. You just need the length that you need and it will go on the back of a quilt in its entirety. However, the downside is that there's not quite the same variety and choice as there is with your standard quilting weight cottons. It is a quilting weight cotton, you just have less of a choice. So it's kind of pros and cons on either. You can have the choice with all the quilting weight cotton that comes on the smaller bolts, the standard bolts, but you have to do the maths, or you have less choice, but then you don't have to do the maths with the extra wide fabric. So the choice of that one is yours, but either way, it will be easier to handle. There is also flannel. This stuff is lovely. This is sold off the bolt. This is a layer cake, by the way, so that means it's a 10-inch pre-cut square. But these are lovely to sew with. They're very soft, they're very drapey, and very easy for beginners to sew with. So if you find flannel and you want a warm, cozy quilt, absolutely go for it. You won't have any problem with this at all. There are a couple that I would really avoid, and that is Plush or Minky. Yes, absolutely aspire to it because it is soft and it's drapey and it's gorgeous and cats love it and we love it and it's snuggly and all the things. However, as a beginner, it can be quite difficult to handle. So maybe just have that one as an aspirational backing when you're a bit more practiced and you know how you handle your quilting, how your machine handles your quilting and so on. As an aside, it is pretty thick. So if you've only got a small machine, then your machine may well struggle handling this. But machine aside, as a beginner, it can be a bit difficult and a bit tricky to handle, even though it is lovely. So just park that for a little bit later when you've got a bit more confidence. The other one that I would really avoid is toweling. This is on the back of just a simple beach towel quilt that I've been making. At the time of recording, I am supposed to be going on holiday like literally in the morning and I haven't finished this yet, so this may not be coming on this holiday with me. However, this toweling will be fine for its purpose on the back of a quilt just destined for going on a sun lounger. However, it is really difficult to quilt with. The machine does not like it. I'm having to use every ounce of my skill to get this underneath the machine and using stabilizer and all the things. The machine did not like it at all. So it's just something that as a beginner, again, just leave this for when you've got more confidence. Another one to avoid as a beginner is the sheer light fabrics like silk or floaty sheer fabrics. First of all, they're a bit too light to go on the back of a quilt. The back of your quilt is the bit that gets the most wear, really, because it's always down. It has things on it. If it's a playmat, it's underneath supporting everything. So a sheer fabric won't really stand up for that, but it really depends on what you're making. But as a beginner, again, it'll be a bit too drapey, a bit more silky, and you will find it difficult to start with. Again, I'm not saying never, just as a beginner, not now. And the same with denim. If you've got a light denim, then go for it, but do increase your needle size. But if you've got a heavy denim, maybe just leave that till you've got a bit more confidence and you know how everything handles together. And really choosing what you put on the back of your fabric really depends on the usage, whether you want something structured, like, as I said, your table mats or a table runner or a wall hanging or something of that ilk, or you want something drapey and soft and warm, like a lap quilt or a bed quilt. For cot quilts, I would still keep it as a quilting weight cotton, and I would use a cotton or bamboo wadding. So that means the whole cot quilt is made of entirely natural fibres, which will help prevent any overheating with a baby or a little one. Always use natural fibres with babies. So when you're choosing the backing of your fabric, you really need to think about, as I said, the usage of whatever it is that you're making. Do you need something that is structured and needs to stay square and sit on a table, for example, like a table mat or a table runner, or do you need that drape on the bed? And that'll help direct you into what backing fabric you need. However, as a beginner, I would definitely say keep to the quilting weight cotton for now. You can always experiment and use fancier fabrics later on, but I'm trying to give you confidence as a beginner and get you started rather than thinking you can't do this because you've inadvertently chosen a fabric that isn't going to help you. So as a recap, your backing fabric is the fabric that goes on the back of your quilt, and as a beginner, choose your quilting weight cotton to go on the back. It will help you enormously. Try to avoid using sheets if you can, because that won't help you quite so much. And then with your quilting weight fabric, you can either buy it in your 42 to 45 inch bolt, or you can get the extra wide in the 108 inches, but just know that there's a bit less variety. I will cover the maths of working out how much fabric you need when you're buying it off a standard weight bolt in a future episode on this channel, so don't forget to subscribe to make sure that you don't miss out on that one. But for now, I hope that has helped introduce you to the world of backing fabric, what it is, how to choose it, which ones to go for and which ones to avoid as a beginner. If this has helped, please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell. I will love you and I will leave you for now, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.